everybody, I just want to hop on real quick. Welcome back to my channel. Let's get right into this. This is a swap I've been working on that I want to send out today. So I just wanted to hop on and show you guys real quick what I made. So this particular swap was a tag flip swap. So let's start with the front of the packaging here. So I made an extra tag for the outside of my package. It has my YouTube channel stamp and my name and thanks for swapping on it. It's a custom stamp that I bought. Then I glitterized a wood Dollar Tree letter with L for LaSonya, because this one's for her. Then I put some, what is that stuff called? That eyelash trim behind this beautiful satin flower that Anna Rodriguez, who is My Crafting World on YouTube, we did a swap recently, and when she sent me these, I said they were perfect. I only needed 3 for the swap, so I still got to save 1 for myself, which was awesome, because I like to hoard stuff that, you know, I receive in swaps. It's hard to let go sometimes, but I still had 1 for myself. Then I made just a quick little charm, and I pinned it to this snap bag that I made, which I'll show that next. But just a little charm with a key, a flower, and this one happens to have a heart. They all have a key and one of these teeny tiny flower charms. And then I forget what the other 2 had. One had a crown and maybe a star or something, I forget. But this little heart with the flower on it. And I just had one of these rings that has 3 little spots to put charms from. I used a, what do they call these? Oh, garment pins. It's a safety pin, but it's just got a bulbous shape at the bottom there. Kind of looks like a light bulb. So that was that. Then I just tied, and I have the goodie pack and my other embellishments and things we had to make. I just tied it with a piece of pink lace. So even when you take that off, it hangs like this. Sorry, out of frame. It hangs down like this. It just covers the front. I made this bag from some fabric I got at Joann's on sale. I really liked it. I have a snap tool with snaps, so I did put a couple of snaps on it, like so. And I did use the iron-on interfacing to make this a little bit heavier. I double-stitched everything so it has two layers of stitching so that it really holds together. The pin can come off, and then you can just use the bag for whatever you want. Makeup, craft supplies, anything. Might even fit a, like, you know, like the smaller Kindles or the, or an iPad mini, something like that. But it can be used for anything. And I have my tag flip in there, but I'm actually going to show the goodies and the embellishments we had to make. So I just packaged them in a plastic clear bag. I just layered 2 doilies just in pink and purple just to match the swap. Just for a little something something. So let's get into this. So I made it so this can be opened. I only put these on with the temporary hold glue dots. So these can come off and be reused. The doilies can come off. So we had to make 3 packs of 3 embellishments. 9 embellishments altogether. So let's get into that. So this is the first set of embellishments that I am showing. I don't think they're the first set that I made, but I did a stick pin with another one of those rings with the charms, and I used a bigger flower, just some beads, a music note, and I think a little gold tassel charm that I had. I didn't really want to open the package if I didn't have to. Then the second thing I made was this little it's just a scallop punch on some scrap paper that I had from working on the swap. I poured some resin feathers, dipped them in gold just at the end, about halfway down. Made some little rolled pink flowers, again out of scraps that I had from the tag flip, and just glued on a forever bead. Just to make as my second embellishment. Now my third embellishment, this is actually a white resin frame that I poured. I had some silver paper, so I just put that in, glued that to the back with a wish bead and another rolled flower. I wanted to keep them kind of simple so that they could be, you know, I don't like to over embellish because then it locks you into certain colors, certain themes, certain projects. So I try to keep things so that they can be added to or altered to be used on any project you wish. So that's one. Then I just had made some quick Tiffany flowers. I used, I like to use, what do you call it? Watercolor paint to paint the flowers, and that also gets them wet, crumple them. I usually use about 4 layers. You crumple the paper, you unfold it somewhat, you know, just get it somewhat flat again. Layer them, staple the center. Then I usually just fluff them up, and they're usually still wet. They're wet at this point still. And then I just take my heat gun, and that helps. It actually kind of helps curl the edges of the paper to give it more of a flowery look. And then I just hot glue a big gem in there just to cover that staple up. And then I just backed it with some paper that I embossed with this basket weave. And again, just use the repositional glue dots and pop them on there. And then the third pack I made was I decided to alter some puzzle pieces. Really simple. The whole theme was spring, so I definitely kept everything springy colors. So this was one of the puzzle pieces I made. I actually covered the puzzle piece. I just painted them white because they had, I don't know, Dora the Explorer or cars or something. We get them from the Dollar Tree. We just try to get the bigger pieces. Usually the 24-piece puzzles have nice size pieces, give you plenty of room to embellish. But I actually covered it with napkin and then just trimmed around. We actually just used glue stick and then some, not Mod Podge, I forget what it's called, but it's like a Liquitex, I think is what it's called. It's an acrylic medium, but it dries clear, like Mod Podge, but I don't know, it's, I don't know, I like the way it works better. Anyway, I poured some resin flowers, painted it, bows I mean, painted it, that one pink. Just put a flower, rolled flower, layered, some kind of, like just those mulberry paper flowers, I think they come single layer. This one, I just die cut a little gold piece, made a little paper bow, resin flower, and happy in the white and gold. And this one, white bow. Did a silver banner. I didn't want to put anything on the banner because then you can alter the banner. You can put something on it specifically. Tried to do that curled banner thing. I don't know. It worked out okay. And I just put like a little mulberry paper flower there. Done. Backed it on some white paper. Done. Now this I'm actually not going to open. I realized I wrapped it. We did have to do some store-bought goodies. 3 store-bought goodies. $2 a piece, so I will just say I went to Joann's. For me, it was just easier to go to Joann's and hit the Miss Sparkle and Shine bins. They're full of paper crafting stuff that are $2 each, and that just made my life simpler. And all I did was I wrapped this one actually in a spring napkin that I had. This one and these two are just in tissue paper. I wrapped it with my green leaf trim, vine trim, whatever you want to call it. Took a paper clip, took a button and hot glued it to the top of the paper clip just to clip these together. And made this quick little stamp tag, a gift for you. Mark this off your wish list, which, okay, might not be anybody's wish list, but it's all usable stuff. I got just stuff that every crafter, I think, and paper crafter needs. So I got some of that. I'm just not going to open them because I realized it after I wrapped them that I didn't shoot my video. But I said, they're just the store-bought goodies. Let that be a surprise. So now let's get into the actual tag flip. So I just put it in the bag that I made, which I really loved this fabric. I kind of want to run up to Joann's maybe later today and get some more. So let's get into the tag flip. I kind of showed a little sneak peek of this in another video where I did an altered CD, which that's also getting mailed out today. So I did an altered CD. I just put a gold bow, what kind of doily is that? What color? Seafoam greenish kind of color. Did a scallop circle punch out of, again, just some scrap that I had from other swaps and other projects. Put a lace bow and a cameo in the center, and just hot glued some pearl trim around the edge. And then to finish off the back of that one, we did have to put our information on there. Our what it was, that is the spring tag flip, April 2019, my name, my YouTube channel, where I'm from, and I just put our group number on there, group 5. Just again, this greenish bluish paper on the back. Die cut a circle, put my info there, done. That was fun to make. So that's tag number 1. Then I had some of these tags from Michael's. They're like the 5, you know, they're normally more than that, but you can get them for the $5, and I forget how many tags you get. You get like 30. But they're chipboard tags, nice and sturdy already. Happen to have these pink ones with the iridescent butterflies already on them. So I just die cut another butterfly, curled it before I put it on, so it actually has a little bit of dimension there. Curled the wings, put the silver pearls on there, some rolled flowers with the green leaves, which actually I cut the green leaves out of some of this trim, and that's how I put the leaves in behind. Did a couple of those, a beauty bead, and a little punched out butterfly with dimension. So there we go. Next tag I made was this cute little bird die cut with a crepe paper rosette behind it, little flower collage, some, oh, what are those, like cherry blossoms, I guess, song bead, some little flowers, and just some pearls. Inked the edges of the die that I used to cut out the tag, and that's done. And I cut out a couple of layers of poster board, and that gave the tags some nice sturdiness. They have a nice thickness to them, but they're not really overly heavy, and you don't have to worry about gluing too many layers together, because I find when you do that sometimes if you get off and then it doesn't look nice and clean. You know, if you don't line it up perfectly, you have less layers to worry about lining up. That's why I like using Dollar Tree poster board. This is the next one I made, which I loved. I die cut these feathers out, again, out of some paper that we had, some spring paper, layered them, just stickled the edges, used some corrugated cardboard, which these are actually shoebox lids. So I just, you know, stripped the top layer off, again, backed it with some poster board from the Dollar Tree, gives it some firmness. Used some pink tulle at the bottom, another cherry blossom, and popped up a fantastic sticker on dimensionals just to pop it up a little bit. Didn't want to overly embellish. I sometimes just like clean and simple a little bit better, but it's nice and springy, and I really enjoyed making that one. And this is my last tag I made. I made a little teapot shaker. Again, cut it out of maybe about 5 layers, I think, of poster board. Did a backer piece, so it's nice and has a nice heavy feel to it. And I just did some iridescent pearls around the edge. This little pink mulberry flower, another one, and then these are the little mulberry rosebuds. Love these. I just actually ordered more from Amazon. Really like them. And then just as an extra goodie, I made just a quick bag tag is what I call them. You just use a bag like you normally would. Make a bag topper, cut it into a shape, into a tag shape, I mean. Punch a hole, and I just used another larger rolled flower just as a quick bag topper, and I gave one of the plastic squeegees, which are really great for spreading glue, matting, that when you mat something, at least you have a nice wide surface. It has a nice rounded edge. So it doesn't rip your paper, it doesn't make a mess of your paper. And then I put I got these really cool from Amazon. They're actually magnifiers, but they can go in your wallet. Let's be real, ladies. Our eyes ain't getting any better. So I thought, you know, when you're working with beads or something, at least you can, or threading needles, at least you have something you can magnify with real quick. And there you go. And then I just put some trim. I made like a quick little tassel with a bow, real simple and easy. and these can come apart. I just tie it with another piece of ribbon, and those are your hanging elements for your tags, for your gift tags. So that's really it. That's all I made, guys. I mean, I feel like that's all I made. I feel like it took me forever to do this swap, but I think it came out really great. I loved it. It was fun. It's springy. It's light. Went a little shabby, little clean and simple. Had fun making the bags, pulling out the sewing machine. I just thought it was a nice way to package and to keep everything together. I liked how my wrapping came out on this. Like I said, this was just a napkin that I used. And just some trim, little button, and a paper clip. And I feel like that was a nice presentation. And they have 3 things. My partners have 3 things to open. So it's perfect. And I'm very excited. Can't wait to get this shipped off to LaSonya. She's LaSonya. She has her YouTube channel is Msdoll's Handmade Creations. She's got a lot of fun stuff over there. She is a wonderful crafter, has some great tutorials. Definitely love what she does over there. That's why when I saw she was hosting the swap this time around, I jumped right on it. I like doing tag flips, and I like her style and how she creates things, so I couldn't wait to make something for the swap for her and for my group members, because we had to make we were in groups of 3, so I only had to make 2, and then of course I make one for the hostess. And I can't wait to ship this off. And thanks, guys. Thanks for liking. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for the support. Have a good day.